Good evening and welcome to episode 8 of season 9 of Factory Town Pipe Mania, where we have got the resources. We have got 10 pickaxes, we have got 14 reinforced plank. We can build a mine. And this is what we want to do. We want to build a mine. Mine's very important. Last episode we could set all this forge area up and everything on there, but one worker is not enough. Not enough to run this whole system. We need lots of iron. We need lots of iron. So we're going to put in a mine right here. Oh, there we go. Now, what do we need? Let's look at the numbers here very, very briefly. Let's look at them. So we need 2 every 6. So 4 every 6. And then 1 every 3, which is 2 every 6. So we need 6 every 6. We need 1 iron ore a second. This takes 4 seconds or 4 work units to produce one iron ore. So this needs to be mining at full-time speed. Now that's convenient because we can just add 4 workers to it and boom, there you go. We're doing 4 work units a second, which is 1 a second, which is fantastic. Obviously the happiness bonus does mess things up, but if the happiness bonus is applied to both your production, the building that's producing the goods, and the building that's consuming them, it balances out, so you haven't got to worry about that too much. So we're actually using more because we actually have 5 workers in here. This would be if it was on 1 worker a second. Because it's on 3 workers a second, we need to times it by 3. So all of these, if I increase this to 3 as well, we need to times by 3. So instead of 1 a second, we need 3 a second, which means this needs to go to 12, which is not doable. It can only go to a maximum of 10, which is a problem. Which is a real problem. Now, we've got no upgrades unlocked for it, so we can't do that. We can't get the happiness bonus down here. The town centre is too far away. So, 1 mine is not going to keep up. We could build a 2nd one. That would work. That would happily work. But I don't really think that's a good idea here. I think what we should do instead is we should just take the iron ore and we should just run it directly into the machines as it is. And yes, some of them are going to struggle a little bit. But it's going to do way better than it currently was. So, let's get rid of this silo. And then, just because I can, I'm going to get rid of this kink in the Omnipipe, like so. And then, we're going to build a line out to there, then a line up to there, unpause, and you will grab everything from there, and away you go. And you will fill up all of these with iron that require the iron. Obviously you're getting the iron first because it's splitting. It's splitting, so you get 1 iron for every 2, and you get 1 iron for every 3 this one gets. So it's kind of going to fill the first one first. There's nothing I can do about that. You can change the ratios on these. I could happily say, hey, would you go forward 2 and left 1? I think that would balance it better. We send 2 forward, 1 goes this way, 1 goes to there, 1 goes to here, 1 goes to there. That would work. So if I set this to 2, that would balance things more evenly between everything. So we have 2 go on, and then 1 goes left. But I think generally we are consuming more than we're producing anyway, so these are going to struggle a little bit. Although, to be honest with you, I did expect it to catch up a little bit more than that. But that's okay. That's okay. We are producing plenty more iron now. So we should not be running low on iron. These should speed up. Yeah, see, this is filling up, which is fine here. Okay. Also, I'm going to go back into the recipes and I'm going to tick the pickaxe again. Yep. Because we are going to need pickaxes for other mines in places. So we want that going on there. But there we go. So that's good. But that 1 mine cannot keep up with all these running at full speed. And it's very obvious. This one and this one doesn't have any iron ore in it. This first one still does. Which is a little weird, if I'm honest with you. You're going left, right, which is fine, because you're splitting 1. You're going 2 forward and left, and I think it's just not producing enough. It's just not producing enough. It's not going fast enough. Mines also have the auto recipe thing, so if you put down anything around them with the omniplanters, they will add things. Not worth doing to mines. Realistically, you want 1 mine concentrated on a certain item. So this is going to do iron ore, and that's all it's going to do. which is fine. We do have more iron ore over here, so we can put another mine down here if we wanted to, and then pipe that in. Which I think we're going to do. Honestly, I think we're going to do. Let's flatten down this here. You can flatten terrain underneath mines as well, which is quite nice. I like that. Do the same with trees as well. You flatten terrain under trees, they just move up and down. Crops are the same. If you flatten stuff underneath them, they just move up and down. So they're not fussed about having the terrain move underneath them. So let's see here. We can't do mine. We don't have 10 pickaxes. I need to know how many pickaxes we've got because of building these things here. So I need to make sure stuff is still doing it. We know we're building them. They're just taking their time. It's slow. Because it's working. Yeah, we can speed it up. Come on. I'm messing up all my ratios. For what's being produced and what's not being produced. But I want speed. We just want speed here. We just want to make stuff faster. Do more things. So we can get more pickaxes. That's fine. Doesn't really matter early game. Later on, if you're trying to balance everything, having basically the best way to try and figure out the ultimate balance you want to do is you want to take your final building. So like here would be the workshop, and it would only produce one item. It would produce pickaxes, say, and you figure out exactly how much resources it needs when it's got the maximum amount of workers in it. If you're going down that route, now usually I wouldn't go down the route with workers unless you got the happiness bonus added to it, because obviously that can be powerful. But usually I would do, hey, I want so many pickaxes a second. Say you wanted to go, I want 1 pickaxe a second. Well, with 1 worker, it takes 12 work units, so that means I need 12 buildings producing that. That'll produce me 1 pickaxe a second. So I then need to figure out exactly what other buildings are required for making that work, for making 12 pickaxes a second. So it's a little complicated to do, but generally it works that sort of way with if you want that sort of thing, if you want to do that sort of thing. Usually you wouldn't need that many pickaxes or reinforced planks and stuff like that. The only thing that does come up is like if you're selling. So you would look at this and go, well, hey, I want to sell, say, reinforced planks. Well, they buy pickaxes, actually. So say we want to sell pickaxes. So pickaxe consumption time is 90 seconds, and the happiness duration is 120. Now you add those two together. So that's 2 minutes and 1 minute and a half. That's 3.5 minutes. Okay. So I need to produce 1 pickaxe per house every 3.5 minutes. Okay. That's every 210 seconds. And I can have 24 houses. So I need to produce 1 pickaxe. I need to produce 24 pickaxes every 210 seconds. And then you can figure out what you need behind to do that. Of course, that ratio changes if you add more houses. It changes if you switch over to commerce, because that doubles the consumption. So you need to take all these factors into account if you want to supply the best you can. Now, I say you're adding the consumption together. So we go in here for pickaxes. See here, it says consumption, all pickaxes, consumption time. Consumption time means they will use a pickaxe but they will buy a pickaxe for red coins, 25 red coins, every 90 seconds. But they will keep the happiness bonus for 120 seconds after the 90 seconds has run out for the pickaxe. So you don't have to supply them every 90 seconds. You have to supply at least one, if you just want the happiness bonus, every 210 seconds with those two added together. If you want the most money, you want to do it at the 90 seconds. But the minimum is the two added together. So, yeah. If you're going for a money thing, then yeah, you want the 90 seconds to get the most out of it. But money really becomes secondary. Once you start getting things going, money rolls in very easily. Even when you start using coin boosters for stuff, which is something we will get to, where you can boost. You can use coins, yellow coins or red coins, to boost buildings production. Really, money's never it's difficult to start with, but once you get up in the money, once you get to above 10,000 coins, you're probably producing enough to not ever worry about using more than you're producing. So money's not difficult to do. Initially, it is difficult to get started, but once you have got started, you're good to go. So coin boosters are something that can replace people as well. So maybe we should look at that. Let's look at coin boosters. We can unlock coin boosters. requires just normal research. So let's do that. Boom, coin booster. Boom. We have unlocked yellow, red, blue, and purple coin. Depending on what you are producing or what the building tier is, he says in inverted quotation marks, depends on the coin. So right now we are basically tier 1. We don't have any real buildings at tier 2. Might be like the odd one or two, I'm not sure. But the forges, for instance, the forges, if we go to upgrades now, not upgrades, I was in production. Not sure why it's not in upgrades. That's interesting. Not sure why it's not the upgrade tab, but in production, it says we can add a yellow coin booster, and a yellow coin booster will add 1 work unit, 1 whole work unit per coin added to the system. And it consumes a whole coin every 5 work units, I believe. I need to get these numbers a bit weird. So let's drop this back down to 1 worker. Okay, so there we go. He is now running at 1 worker, which means he's producing 1 nail every 3 seconds, because we have no happiness bonus here. So 1 nail every 3 seconds. If we add a yellow coin booster, boom, you'll see this is sped up. This is still with the same speed because we've only got 1 worker working, but this is definitely sped up now. We are producing more than we were before. And that is because this is now running and is consuming coins to add a bonus to our production. So we're getting +1, so we're on 2. And if I add another coin, it will become 3. Coin boosters are way more powerful than adding workers to buildings. However, they consume coins, so you need to be careful of it. I believe the 5 thing was yeah, see here. See this is see the bar going down? I think that's going down one every second. If I load that, 0.5 every second. So it costs 0.5 yellow coins every second per go. The ratio changes depending on what coin you're doing, and it's adding 2 a second to here. So now we're using 1 coin a second, 1 yellow coin a second, in order to give this a bonus. It only runs when the machine runs, when the building runs. So you're never wasting coins. It's never just burning away inside here. I'm kind of glad of that. I would understand if it worked the other way around, if you added coin boosters to it as well. So in your production tab down here, as you can see, it tells you your income and expenses thing. So if we take a nice 30-second average, over 30 seconds, the last 30 seconds, we produced 112 coins and we used 11. So we're good. We're good. Obviously, if you're using more than you're producing, that's a problem. It may happen. You may use more coins than you're producing for a short time, which is fine because you may be boosting up something here in order to increase production further down the line to sell more things. So you may use more coins momentarily and use up the coins you have to get your production chain running so you can sell things better. That does happen a fair bit, but it frees up workers. Right now, workers we're not struggling for at all. And we've got loads more houses we can put down as well. It frees up workers, but also it does 1 work unit boost per go. So we've got 1 worker in here and we're using 1 coin a second to produce the same as if we had 5 workers. So if we did that and then did, say, like 20 iron forges or forges, we'd have way better ratio of goods coming in per workers than if we just had 1 with 5 workers in it. So it makes sense. Also, the mine can be boosted. So right now we know this is not producing enough, or it is producing enough. Is it producing enough? Oh yeah, it's full. It's full. It's producing enough now because I think we're full. I think we've no, we're not full. Oh, these are not actually these are not producing enough. So let's do the same here. Let's drop our workers down. Let's add a coin boost and double it. Drop our workers down. Add a coin boost, double it. You can mix and match. You can put workers in there if you want to, and do this as well. So that's fine. So now this is producing 1 plate every 2 seconds. Yeah, 1 plate every 2 seconds. But it's not got enough wood. We've run out of wood, so we need to speed up this to balance things out. There you go. Foresters are pretty good. They can add coin boosters as well. You can go up to 10 coin boosters. So So right now this is running at 10 a second. If I add a yellow coin boost and add the 10 boost to it, it will running at 20 a second, which is impressive. Mines, foresters, farms, they are definitely worth adding people to because they give you +1 per person. And then you add coin boosts on top of that. Be aware that obviously it will be consuming more goods. So right now you can see here the grain is being chopped down and becomes seeds, and it starts growing. If you increase the amount that the farm consumes and you're using all the goods from it, it will eat up all the crops around it and you'll run out. So be aware of that. If you run out of crops around it, the farm can then do nothing. Same for the mine. If the mine uses up everything around it and the resources underground, you're going to run out. Trees are the same here. In fact, we're going to probably hit that situation right here in a moment. Yeah, there we go. We've hit it now. We have no trees. We have no trees to harvest here. Nothing in range can be harvested from trees. So we have run out of wood because we've consumed it all. Now we have to wait for the wood to grow before we can carry on. So, bit of a problem. Bit of a problem in that regard. You need to fix that. There is a way to get more yield on trees using planters, I believe. Yeah, you can use tree planters. Don't think we have tree planters. We do have tree planters. They use fertilizer and coins and planks. But to be honest with you, what I'm going to do instead is we're going to move this forester. We are going to chop a hole in the center of these trees. Like here. Move the forester over to there. So he gains access to more trees. And then we're going to connect him up like that. Then I'm just going to copy the trees. And I'm going to paste in trees everywhere we can get them. That will let me put them. Yeah, some of them are going to be on the iron affinity, which is going to be a problem. But that's okay. It's okay. Because we need more trees. We desperately need more trees. To do things. We could do coal instead. We could build a coal mine over here and run coal into these, which would be a more efficient use because coal is worth 4, so 1 coal is worth twice the amount of 1 wood. No way to make charcoal, which is a shame. I feel like that would be a good addition to the game. You chop down trees, turn it to charcoal, and then charcoal becomes like a 3, perhaps. So it's better than wood, but not as good as coal. But then uses wood or coal to produce it. So yeah, I don't know how you balance that, but okay. So and we are getting more iron in than we're using now, which is awesome. You are full. You're producing all the things. You are full. You're producing all the things. You are full. We are full. We are full on planks. We're full. We're done. We're good. Everything is happy. Everything's wonderful. This will now start backing up, which is fine. This is where sometimes having buffers can help, like putting maybe a silo in or a barn and feeding the iron ore and things into a barn can be useful, because then when demand hits, the barn can use its buffer to empty out into it, and then the mine can fill it up over time. Same for the forester, it can fill up the barn with wood. But I'm not fussed about that right now. That's okay. That'll be fine. Okay, so what else do we want to do then? Well, we want to make rails and iron wheels. Let's go into our research and let's make some metal railways. Thank you very much. And we already have the other one unlocked because we did basic materials before. Scroll to the bottom, tells you what you've unlocked. Machinery. We unlocked basic machinery. So, how do we make wheels and how do we make rails? Well, we do that in a machine shop. The machine shop requires reinforced planks to make, so we would have had to do all this anyway to get the machine shop. So let's put this down. We're going to slap it down. Apparently that's the influence. We can put it here and it's the influence from that path. That's a long way. The influence is a long way. I did not realise it was that big. Not complaining. That's very good. That means you're going to get a happiness bonus. Yeah. Cool. Okay. You're getting a happiness bonus. Nothing you're making is actually being doubled, but that's fine. So we want to make metal rails, iron wheels, and I did not know you can make nails. That's interesting. That's interesting. There's a second recipe for nails. Didn't know that. Huh. Not sure why you'd ever want to go that route. I suppose you could just have all your forges set up making iron plates and then just import the iron plates and not worry about having to do stuff in different places. And then you could have a machine shop turning the plates. For ease of transport, say you had like a rail system going and you was doing things up there and carting things in, rather than having to cart in the nails and the iron plates, you could just cart in the iron plates and convert them to nails up here. Makes sense. Makes sense. But we don't want to do that. We want to do metal rails and iron wheels. And I'm going to tick all 3 of these. And I'm ticking all 3 of them because we want to make 40 metal rails. And we've only made, if I click here, 32 wooden rails. So we need to make some more. You can make 10 here. So if we want to make 40, we want to store them in... well, not a silo, that's 100. So I want to store them in a crate again. Again, I only want to make them enough so that we can... I just carry on. We will use them later to upgrade to the next stage. Iron wheels, I believe, are used in other things as well. Maybe. I don't remember whether... they are or not. I mean, it's not a bad thing if we make them anyway. It's not a bad thing if we make all the stuff. No problem there. So let's put let's put 2 crates in, and we want to say, hey, would you go underground, press the right buttons, fat finger syndrome, bump and bump. You want to get metal rails, you want to get iron wheel. Okay. And then we need to input things into this that we want to do. So I am going to... I think for this one, I don't want to run Omnipipes from the base out because then they just be removed later. Got the hiccups, excuse me. Let's just grab a caravan or a wagon. We'll grab a caravan. Let's unlock a caravan. I believe we can do that. Boom, caravan. There we go. Boom. Caravans work the same as wagons, and wagons work the same as workers. A wagon can carry 4 goods, but can't mine anything. It can't pick up resources. It can only carry goods around. A caravan. If I click here, we've got another worker there doing nothing because you are trying to harvest potatoes, but that's done. Oh, we also need to do this here. This is all stopped working. I happen should have tanked because we don't have any fuel going on. That's okay. A caravan can carry 16 items, and it has an inventory which is like a barn, but it only stores 8. You can filter this inventory. You can choose what to put where, which is very useful if you want to carry multiple goods to places. So, you know, say I wanted to take the wooden rails, the planks, and these iron plates over, which I think I do want to do. So what I'll do is we will go, hey, would you be filtered to wooden rails, wherever wooden rails might be? There, wooden rails. We'll do 2 lots of wooden rails, that will take 16 wooden rails. We'll take some planks from the base, we'll just empty the base out from planks. And we will take the iron plates as well. We don't want them in the base either. Boom. Oh. So that will take the iron plates, the wooden planks, and the rail. And then we can just go, hey, would you pick up everything that I've just asked you to pick up? And would you drop it in here? And he will only pick up what's filtered, which is awesome. There it goes. You'll get a lot of wooden planks back in here because as you delete things, wooden planks just end up back in the base, but that's fine. That's not a problem. So, bump. There you go. You've got goods dropped into you there. And if we go to the recipes here, you should be working already. You are working already. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we are producing... We have 1 of each. Yay! We're producing things. We're making money. So we need to get iron ingots into here as well. So what I'm going to do is have a quick look underground for spacing. Don't really have the spacing to do this. What is this? I have broken things here which I forgot to fix. Let's fix them now. Boom. Boom. There you go. Wood needs to go out to these 2 as well. Important thing to remember if you move stuff around. Very important to remember if you move stuff around. Don't mess that up. So what I think we'll do is we will go... Now, the machine shop looks taller than other buildings. It's not. all buildings are only 3 tiles tall. It's just a little bit deceiving. With the exception of the Omni Temple is taller than that. But we're a long way away from the Omni Temple. So what we'll do is we will go up, over, and you see it won't connect to it. It only wants to connect there. So it's not possible. So we'll just go up to, say, here. Then we'll come down, plug into there. And there you go. That's completely legal and valid. It will carry on straight first and fill this one up. And then once this one's filled up, it will go along to this one here. Awesome. Happy days. There we go. So speaking of other things that I didn't do last episode, let's get rid of this here. Let us flatten down some terrain around this area here. And let us get a mine. Oop. And we'll put a mine in here. Oop. And if I go underground, I don't believe you will connect to the mine automatically. No, you will. Okay. You will connect to the mine automatically. Fine. So we'll leave it in. That's good enough. Good enough for me. That's working. Sometimes the connectors, if they were connected to a different building, won't always work. So you'll have to disconnect and reconnect them. But just keep that in mind. And we're going to add 10 workers into this because we can. So away you go. Happy days. The caravan that has the goods inside, which we move back towards, because he is grabbing multiple goods, if some of them are not available, like there's no planks and there's no iron plates here, he'll just ignore them and carry on going back and forwards, doing the stuff he wants to do. There we go, and he's just going to drop off the stuff there. Until right now his inventory is empty, because he can't pick up any of those 3 goods he has filtered with. He'll now park here and go, hey, I can't get anything. Help me. If I can get one of them, he'll go. You don't have to make sure all 3 or all 4 of the filters are there. But if none of them are available, he should stop now and should throw a sign up saying that I can't get anything, but he's not showing the sign. But that's okay, because you have done your job, and I thank you very much for your services. But okay. So, a little confused as to why we're getting loads of oh, it takes 10 seconds to make a wheel. That's why wheels are struck. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we do want to get a couple of a bit of stone down here, and I think that really I should have repurposed the caravan. That would have made so much more sense. Because I don't really want to run a pipe from here to there just to delete it again afterwards. This is purely to just get our next tech level. So I think we'll do that. Let's get another caravan. We'll put the caravan up here. We'll say, hey, would you pick up from there stone? You can't pick up stone. No, there's no stone in here. We're not producing enough stone here. Okay. This is another place where I'm really sorry, workers. You've done a fantastic job. I'm happy. We are pleased. You can now enjoy retirement. And we'll get a mine. Copy this one. Paste it there. Go underground. Yep, there. And grab more workers in here. Zoom. And there we go. And this will start filling, hopefully, with more stuff so we can get more things going on. See, this is selling everything at a high pace, so yeah, this is going to start filling. Selling things at a high pace, I should say. Not a high piece. A high piece would be very weird. Let's do this. Boom. Would you pick up that, and would you travel down here? Now, the caravan, like the wagon, doesn't travel any faster on paths. It will travel faster on stone paths, if I did that. But I'm never really going to have workers doing things. This is purely just a temporary, just move over there, do the thing. You know. And to be honest with you, I think we're almost there. We need 8 more. We need 8 more. So what do we have in our inventory? We now have 16 stone. 4, 8, 12, 16. No, we need more than that. That's going to produce another 4. We need another 8. So we need at least one more trip from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this crate. Poof. And then I'm going to put it back in again. Bonk. There you go. And that will have put all them rails into the base, which is 20 rails there. So we undo this. We unpause there, sorry. And it goes, it starts filling up the next one, filling up this crate here, and then producing more, which is awesome. And you'll probably use up all the stone. Yeah. And then we're going to have one more trip from you going here. Now, if you want to deliver something and you want to make sure he doesn't go back through it again, when he's got the goods in him, just grab this, mouse over, and just go drop off. Mouse over, drop off. Boom. Now he has one order, which is to drop off in there, and then the caravan will stop and it won't go back and pick up anymore, which is what we want, and that will give us exactly 40 rails. Yes, I can make some more because we need them in the future, but everything is kind of a mess right now, and bits and pieces are everywhere, and it's all just a little chaotic. So there you go. You're saying you can't put anything in there, which is fine. You don't have any planks. Why do you not have any planks? Oh, because we haven't actually been delivering any planks. Aha! Ha ha ha. What do you have in your filter? Can you pick that drop off there? Doom. Is that good? Is that good? Is that good amount? I think that's good amount, isn't it? Yeah. 2 and 4, 8, 4. Yes, there we go. We have 40. We're actually going to make more rails than we needed. I must have miscalculated somewhere. 4, 8, 12, 16 was 4. We needed 8. Oh, I think it had stuff inside it already. Yeah, and it was backed up. That's why I produced more than we did. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Not important. Okay, caravan, you may now go. Thank you very much for your services. You just want to be making iron wheels. Apparently you can't because you're full. Well, in that case, we'll do the same thing here. We'll delete this. We'll copy this and paste it there. And there we go. And, oh, it does look as if you can actually use crates now for storage. For actual, your own storage. I didn't realise that. That's cool. That's cool. I didn't think silos and crates counted towards the main storage, but it looks like they do now. So we have 20 in the base, 35 for us to use. Anything that's on this bar here is what you're using yourself, what you can use for building with. So crates do count as storage now. Awesome. And I'm literally just trying to get up here. So I'm actually going to cut this off now because I'm not needed anymore. You can just produce the rest of what you're doing here with the bits and pieces. And there we go. And we have tier 5 complete. Bum, bum, bum. We're on to jewellery already. Oh, that's good. And deep mining, which is useful. Cargo ships and the harvest drill, which I said should really be open the last time because now I have mines. The harvest drill isn't really of any use. But anyway, we'll leave this here. We will come back next time and we will carry on from there. The machine shop is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And we have tech level 5 complete. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.